birth and death washed away, there is nothing more to say. All is washed away with birth and death, gone. Svaha, no? Svaha. If somebody is late, it's a waste time.
Yesterday I read, Master says, even when the snake is dead,
Yeah.
you better, until your last breath, you have to watch, because this dead snake, 1,000 monster snake, whatever, it was an Hebrew translation, sorry.
He's like
You
the
come-
dead monkey.
Yeah. He called it the 1,000-headed snake or something.
Ah,
Really.
Still one has to.
Until his last breath.
But if you are prior to birth, you are to prior to the last breath. Yes, I believe that a rare one, at once, you see, doesn't even respond to any past impressions. So at once, everyone can be freed from the belief that what he sees is real. But generally the past impressions make still react somehow. And so here there is a kind of short or long period, depends on each one. Where even if he knows what's real, he should not take the risk to play too much.
That's what this is the rest.
Yes. Yes. Here it's a very important lapse of time, whatever. Here we speak of to firmly abide in yourself. All those are indications because in fact it doesn't mean anything, but it still, paradoxally, one can relate to this. You see, to be freed is not a state that you acquired once for all. Just you acquired the quality of your own nature to be refreshed each time. But for that you have to allow it. No? It's not a fixed state. I am enlightened once for all. It doesn't mean anything. It's just every now is freed. Maybe if some philosopher were here who could, he would start a debate, but there is some truth in this. Sure. You see, it's like once a blessed moment, a lucky moment, you realize who you are. Now, if that, I would say love, but it's because of lack of words, if that total abstraction is not there just to be, if you just go on playing immediately, and you know it's a lila, so you go on playing anyway. Who knows if the realization will not fall into memory. So one has to firmly abide in himself. And then impressions have been accumulating too much, too long, to just allow the arrogance to think, oh no, I'm free to play as I like. You see, it's, in this way, maybe I can understand the words of Master when he says, vigilance, vigilance. He says it, I read an interview, the vigilance. In a way, it can be said, no vigilance, to realize yourself. Once you realize, those words have some meaning, deep meaning. It's part of the mysterious paradox through languages. You see, once you realize what has always been here, such a bliss can be expressed that one can be thrown in this state and who knows. So let's not be washed away by even the pure expression of what is. And if so, there is no trouble, but we can just stop, keep quiet. You see, Punjaji Papaji, Ramana, they kept quiet. They went to a secluded place. They were investigating. What is this? It's a way to just firmly abide. Actually, there is no snake.
Actually, well, I thought to ask you this question because since I read this paragraph of Master, and this is actually the question that I wanted to bring. There is no snake, and yet it said 1,000 headed
You know,
monster
the
snake.
body and the mind can still react to those past impressions. What to say? I mean, the truth is that there is no snake. Now, if you realize means you radically realize, you see. Means what? To have seen there is absolutely no creation as reality. So no snake as reality. So once for all this done, I have no conclusion. What I don't like when one speaks of vigilance is that it brings fear. You see, it's based on fear. This cannot be. You bring a big subject. If I was free to speak, I would say that to speak like that, it's at the dawn, you see the dawn of enlightenment. Before you get totally free, there are some signs, you see, like the dawn before sunrise. there are signs you know undoubtedly that sun will rise because dawn is there. And so you can say you know yourself. At that moment you can say, but it's not radical. That's something like you can say you have a glimpse of yourself. And if you are serious enough, if you are enough in love with this final freedom, if you value totally what it is, you see, there is some period of time there just before the sun rises that you have to be vigilant and remind yourself, and it becomes like quite automatic. This is illusory, you see. This is a snake, but it's not true, it's not real. And then at some point everything is washed away. The sun rises. And that's the most delicate blessed moment one can have in lifetime. Here we can miss it or not. And those words should be heard then. Vigilance means just be yourself. Remind again and again. Just be in total satsang. Just don't care now for the time which is given to you. Just dedicate it to this, you see. Maybe I would say something else about that. Somehow I see the image of Buddha on his Bodhi tree, sitting at the foot of the Bodhi tree, and all these monsters and beautiful dancers around him and all that there, at this point, you see. But since this has no more, how to say, reality, because he has seen and yet is still calm, because radicality has not happened. And then they are still dancing, but it will not be mentioned because they don't exist anymore. Even though I'm sure monsters and dancers are still going on around him. Huh? And it's beautiful, some representation here, just like Buddha, indifferent, untouched, or Have you seen? I have seen one which was incredible. A yogi just like this, you know, all his force not to fall into this so-called reality again, and he knows it, so it just the last, you know. It's beautiful. Everybody here reacts differently. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that taking food in satsang has such a value which is beyond anything. And I just wish to say, like, since you spoke about the Buddha, that he didn't want to speak and Ananda was begging him to speak. So if ever you have the thought not to speak, that it has no value.
You want a new name then? Okay, then bring me a subject. You can bring a subject like this, inspiring one.
Wasn't enough today.
No, today's enough. I mean, whenever. It's nice. You bring me a subject. Yeah, okay.
Just
Yes. A little louder.
when Papaji or you say that there's nothing, like you say, there's nothing exists, then
You understand?
sorry. Mira or Papaji says that nothing exists. There's no snake, you say. Then all the thoughts and confusion, it stops. Suddenly it's very clear, and I feel like that's the truth. Like you say.
Okay, great.
Is there something else what?
Something else to know? No. No, just be where you know it's true. You say that's the truth. Everything stops, that's the truth. Just be here. And if you feel like there is a rebirth of your own projection, your own existence, just hear it again and again. These are just illusory existence, illusory impressions. So hear it again and again. It will wash away the roots of past beliefs it's real. That's all.
I get confused with sometimes talking about different things. Like the other day you said confusion was the same as
Clarity. Who said that? Just remember the simplest. I gave you more confusion.
Maybe I shouldn't. I should only listen to.
No, you don't listen to that one who said. No. Just remain where you are stopped. But a big relief, huh? So you stop. So don't care then for other things. If you stop, You tell him.
So, is it to always know that there's nothing existing or not?
You can remind yourself. If you feel that you forget, that you are lost in something, you can remind yourself, oh, what do I do? It's just illusory. Remind yourself. And one day can be now. You just stop because you are more than convinced. It's even prior to conviction. A conviction, somehow you can lose it. So just stop. Just stop. And if you feel like you are running somewhere, remind yourself. And that will make you stop and be here. In fact, those feelings of going somewhere and stopping are just illusory feeling because you are ever where you are, as you are. So even the stopping is based on the belief I went somewhere. But doesn't matter. Stop. It's that simple.
I still have a question.
Yeah, but tell him because... You have to make an effort to find the question.
No.
Huh? No?
I just like a... It's no more living in the world. It's, I mean, I won't...
It's both. You cannot understand. You belong to the world and you don't belong to it. The world is contained in reality. So body-mind continues to belong to what we call the world. It's part of the world. Are you the body and the mind? Don't worry about those things. You will not stop if you go along those questions. You see, just stop and everything gets clear by itself. Don't do the contrary, to be clear, trying to be clear in order to realize. It's not like this. You just drop everything, and then naturally you get clear. You get clear. That's why I absolutely don't advise any practice. Because then the so-called freedom will be a result of a practice. So it came, he has to go. Even if at the moment of this accomplishment it really looks the same. It has to go. So just be wise, don't make it the result of any practice. So don't try even to get clear, stop. And then everything naturally comes to you. You got clear?
Yeah. I know now quite state, but
Which state?
quite state, but not absolute abiding and can I know it? Is it possible to know it?
To know the real quietness?
Yeah, or it becomes a state.
No, it doesn't become a state, only if you wish it. Only if you make arise an observer and say, oh, I'm living a quiet state, then it becomes a state.
But you can know it.
No, not knowing being. You see, maybe you are as you are. But somehow you believe more the observer. And because you believe more the observer, while rising, reduces from where it comes from to a state, quiet state. So don't give any reality to the observer. An observer is as illusory as what he observes. The subject is as illusory as the object. So just keep more quiet. And that's being. We call it like this. Somebody fighted me because I stress on being. Should go beyond being also. Being, non-being. But I don't mean that. Well, it's good to say. Buddha never named. He never even said beingness. He just said emptied from notion, which I like very much. Just remain emptied from notion. Don't fall into emptiness. Just remain emptied from notions. So, your answer is replied or not?
It is replied.
But what?
doesn't feel completely satisfied, but I don't find more.
Because you keep it as a understanding. So now I throw you back. Who is understanding? Who is understanding? Who got the reply?
Qui a eu la réponse?
Elle.
I don't know.
Anthony got the reply?
Anthony a eu la réponse? Oui.
Yes, Jens.
Oui,
I see you laugh.
but I don't know who it is.
Ah, okay. Who is Jens now? Who is Jens? I wonder. Jens, in fact, doesn't exist. It's an illusion. I'm sorry. But it's true. I mean, if you refer to something else than this body and this mind, this dialogue, where is Jens? I meant that one. Beyond this body and mind, where is Jens?
Not to find.
Not to be found. Who knows that? Here, you keep quiet. Don't come back. Don't come back anywhere. Simple. You were in total stupefaction.
What?
You were in stupefaction. Stupefaction? No? Stupefied. Wonder. You have not noticed, I noticed. It's good. Stupefaction makes you stop. Stupefied. It's English, no? Yes. Don't believe what rises.
Ne crois pas en ce qui vient.
Leave it.
Laisse-le.
That is not keeping quiet, you see. You believe what rises. I said keep quiet.
Reste tranquille.
Don't believe what rises.
Ne crois pas en ce qui vient.
Leave it.
Laisse-le.
That is not keeping quiet, you see.
Pas
You
rester
believe what rises. I said keep quiet.
tranquille. Reste tranquille.
I have a sense that I can be quiet, and yet thoughts can be there.
Yeah.
I can even be reflectively thinking about things, and yet I feel there is quietness.
Yeah.
It's not that all thoughts should be not there because of quietness.
Absolutely. All will go on in the same way, but you know in depth that they look like real, but it's not real, so the confusion is no more there. That's all. All goes on, sure.
And then the mind can, or the reflective thinking can sort of turn around and look at the quietness and making it then into a state.
Yes.
But actually it's just a thought then,
Yes. Good
right?
description.
Mm.
Yes.
And then starting to think that, oh, it's coming and going, and it has a beginning and an end, and I lose it, I get it, here it is again, and like this, no?
Yes.
Tricking, kind
Yes.
of.
From where do you know this knowledge? From where this knowledge comes from?
Seeing that.
Being that. Being.
It looks like because the mistake has been done a few times, and then
Yeah.
discovering that, aha, this was not correct. So next time, abiding in presence or silence or being or whatever we call it, there's a recognition that thoughts arise and actually is not disturbing.
Yeah.
It's all ideas.
Yes.
So what else?
Nothing.
Nothing.
How is it that you can ask this question?
Just checking.
I don't agree. How is it that you need a check? I didn't have the check of my master, he died. It was not possible, and I never needed even if he was alive. That's why, you see, I want to see something. I want to point out something which is too much there.
Okay.
It's impossible to want to check, because There is no more a checker. Never. So just be aware of that. Do what you see is perfect.
So actually with the checking and wanting to reflect with you, there appeared again the sense of I.
And you believe that the checker is real?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
but in that moment
you know,
it happened.
Yeah, that's what I say. So some radicality is not there.
And that's how it appears, no?
Yeah, but you believed. You want to check.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Some radicality as still to be radical, as still to be here. What is this existence of the checker?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
It's built on its own belief.
Okay.
Its own thought.
Then, now, this is your knowledge, this is the truth you see, isn't it?
Yes.
Then now, keep quiet once for all. Don't check how the mind exists. This is old story, no? This understanding is an old story. You throw it. If you don't have an understanding, you don't need to have a checker. Keep more quiet, radically quiet. Next time, read it. I'm not convinced. Something is there. It's beautiful. That's why I somehow would not like that something remains. Understanding is perfect, okay? Now, why this checking? I don't like this checking.
It's entertainment. Huh?
Oh, you take a risk.
Yeah. I mean, looks like, no? It looks like it's a way of staying.
Be careful.
Staying.
Yes, existent.
Yeah. Right.
You want to still stay in existence?
No, but it's how it tricks itself. No?
I know.
Yeah.
It's how it tricks
itself. It happens by itself.
But then be freed from this, no? And how? In hearing what I say, it's very simple. You did it for everything else. The observer, the Kali this way, Kali that way. Why not about the checker? You saw the unreality of all those eyes.
Yeah.
Why one remains?
But it can't remain, it just appeared in the moment, no?
What's here then? What is here then? I cannot accept, you see, this checking. I really come back to that.
Yeah.
I cannot accept it. I accept, you have seen, I liked what you bought. The understanding is quite detailed, quite profound. There is a slightest drop of poison. Because of your understanding, you can play whatever you bring, you see.
Yeah.
You will see, oh, anyway, it's a play and all that. How it could arise. Anyway, something there, let it be touched.